So I'm out here in LA, specifically El Segundo, right now in the hotel of the of choice of the production that I'm working with while I'm out here. Got a sick call from somebody that I really admire. Just to be clear, it's not Ryan Coogler, it's not somebody like that. So don't get your hopes up way too high. But this is somebody that if you're in the extreme sports world and you know some people, this person that called me out for this production is somebody I really look up to, somebody I'm a fan of. I was blown away when I saw his number on my phone. But yeah, so I'm out here for the weekend. Got Mondo and Mel out in the Bay Area, still killing the Squadron Parkour community. Classes are service to our people out there, so I'm just out here lending my talents and my skills to this production. And yeah, I dropped my film, The Dark Knight Returns, and there's something that I've been particularly hype about. People actually using this feature of the platform that I dropped it on. I dropped it on Patreon, and on Patreon, it's $8 on Patreon if you guys want to support me. I priced it at $8 because I thought that was an accessible price point, but also a fair price point that if it got enough traction, it would return to me an amount of value that would be very helpful and that I would appreciate. But the cool thing about Patreon is that you don't have to buy the film if you can't afford it. You could pledge $1 and become a member off that pledge for the month, and you'll be able to see the film. And then if you're extra inspired, you could totally just choose to buy it right then and there after you watch it. But you could watch it for as little as $1. You could subscribe to any one of the membership tiers that I offer over there on Patreon. Or if you want to be extra cool, you can even pledge more. You could pledge more than I valued the project at. You could pledge what you think it's worth. If if you're like, dang, there's a $100 film right here, you could drop me $100. If you're like, there's $1,000 film right here, you got it like that, you could drop me $1,000. So you guys know I do this movement in the way that I do this movement because of what has inspired me, and I want this movement to be something that inspires other people too. It's really important to me, and I really I get opportunities like this one I got right now, and I get another opportunity here and there that's cool. I got my community out in the Bay Area, and my sponsorships and stuff like that. Like, that stuff all keeps me going. But this is the real deal stuff. And the community, I'm not just talking about the parkour community. Like, obviously, I want all y'all's support because I love y'all. y'all my people. But I got other people too. You know what I mean? Other people out there that fuck with my stuff, and are diehard viewers of my work. And that's the kind of community that I want to that's the kind of community that I really want to put my work in the hands of. You know what I mean? Like, if it makes you feel some sort of way when you see me move how I move, if it inspires you even a little bit, if it makes you want to go out and try a move, or if it makes you want to, pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue that feels close to you, and this is just some fuel that gets you to do it, that's something that I feel is worth turning over your support for. And, like, we all know this world that we live in, you know what I mean? If y'all want to be like a community that like helps fund what I do, dope. If you don't want to do that and you just want to keep watching this stuff on the platforms that I drop it on, it's free and you don't pay anything for it, like, that's dope too. I'm giving everybody the options, you know what I mean? So, I'm making it happen, and I'm doing what I'm doing, the way that I can continue to make it work, and I always do. And, I'm lucky that I have, this body of work that has gotten my name and my likeness out there enough for people to want to offer me opportunities that help me keep doing this damn thing. But it's the people who I really want to rely on and want to provide for. Like, you know, a lot of the time I think about it like I'm a musician. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like a musician. I'm like somebody who's releasing on a streaming platform, you could say, releasing my art on a streaming platform. I mean, just for the amount of viewership that it gets, I know people love it. I know people really appreciate it. The comments that I get, some of the kindest things that anybody's ever said to me. The followers that I have, like, you know, I got a lot of like real people followers. Like, not that the people I'm about to talk about aren't real people, but I got a lot of like real, like, you know, like just people day in day out is just doing what they do, you know, living this life, you know, working and making it happen. I got people like that following me and just dropping like the kindest comments, and you know, I vibe with you, I get you, you know what I mean, I'm one of you, you know, like I put so much time and effort into my thing, and this is my thing, you know, this movement is my thing, this inspiration is my thing. So, you know, I put that out there and y'all like it enough to give me this great following that I've gotten across multiple platforms. It's been good. I appreciate you guys. But I got some followers, like people that I follow, like that I've been following, like people like musicians who I listen to, you know what I mean? You know, Right Quick, Larry June, my boy, my dog. Tap in with your boy. Tap in with your boy out there in the Bay Area. You know what I'm talking about, boy. Like, tap in with me. Let me show you a little bit of this movement, bro. Let me get you on some stuff, bro. For really. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Stunner Man. Let me holla at you, bro. I'm talking to Russell. You know, I know y'all see me. I know y'all see what I'm doing, and you know, I could get you guys some. Get you guys some of this movement. You know what I mean? Get you guys moving good. So tap in with me. But yeah, I mean, I got people like them. I got musicians that I listen to, and like actors and other artists that I like watch and consume their work. I got those people like watching me and following me and, you know, DMing me and sending me like just the kindest messages, and it just means a lot, you know, coming from people like that I like respect for their craft, you know, and they in turn respect me back for mine, and you know, it's beautiful, you know, like some of my favorite artists. Larnell Lewis, my favorite drummer, follows me. Like him and like Jeremy Ledbetter, you know, they're partners in the Jeremy Ledbetter trio. Like they're good people. He sent me a record that I featured, you know, like the signed copy. He signed it to Spider-Man. Featured that in my film, The Dark Knight Returns, which you could check out on Patreon. Like I said, we got flexible options for how you could get it. You could even give me more if you're like, nah, for real, bro. That right there, that's inspiration. If you feel like that, you got some extra, toss at your boy. Go ahead and do it. I ain't gonna be mad at you. But yeah, you know, like I just want to put the opportunity of my support in the hands of the people, because you know, like I'm trying to go above and beyond, not just like I chase this craft and I do this movement the way I do it, you know, for me. Like I'm trying to be what inspires me. I'm really trying to be like those heroes, you know what I mean, that I was reading about and, you know, watching on the screen and stuff. I'm really trying to be like that. Like you know when you see kids coming out the Ninja Turtle movie or the Marvel movie or whatever, and they're like trying to do the moves, you know, that they saw in the movie. Like that was me as a kid. And I was always trying to do exactly what I'm doing right now. I just didn't know how at all to do it. And, you know, like I worked tirelessly at this. Like, you know, I got made fun of a whole bunch when I was a kid. I got made fun of by my family. Like not even just by like bullies and stuff. Like I got made fun of like by my family. Like it's crazy, you know. You know, fortunately, like I had my dad, and he was cool about it. You know, like he was down for me to do it, and I'm forever grateful for that. And you know, I had my grandma, like who was the same. Like she was always interested and impressed. Like, they were just happy that I was doing something like good, and I wasn't doing like what I could have done. You know, anybody who knows the Bay Area knows, like, you know, what a young black boy could be getting into, you know, out there, and it was very, very close to me. It was not far away. It was right there. But I had this. and I had these kinds of ambitions, and this is the stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to be like Bruce Lee and like Jackie Chan and like Wesley Snipes, and eventually like Michael Jai White and all them guys. Like, that's who I was trying to be like. And yeah, like I'm living my real truth out here, and really pursuing my vision out here. Doing my thing, and that's for me. But I know that this movement, like the knowledge that I've gained, that I've given to so many communities all over the world, like, it is something that I need to share with everybody so that everybody can have, this access to this knowledge. I don't want it to only live behind the pay to play platforms like Patreon. I want it to be, something that people can actually like get access to. Like, you just watch that on YouTube, see that on YouTube. Like, maybe I can get like a few clips on Instagram, like of explaining like how to do this movement. And I'm trying to go beyond even just, telling people and teaching people just the movement. I'm trying to, I feel like for myself, I've accomplished, a lot of my own dreams, and every dream has led me to a new dream, and led me in the direction of pursuing something else. And, just that taking that next step and making that progress. I'm always about making that progress, and very forward thinking about like what I'm doing. I'm not trying to just do the same thing the same way. I'm trying to take it further and, expand upon it, and increase my mastery, my finesse, all that. So, like doing that, it takes a lot of determination, and a lot of like, like, you got to be able to go with the flow on a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, you got to be able to make a plan and stick to it. Like, when it comes to preparing yourself for doing something like this, taking on an endeavor like this, like I don't care what kind of money is in my craft yet. I know that there's not a bunch of millions in this craft yet, unless you're getting into stunt work. You're not making like the biggest money. I know that from both sides. I know that from the not in this world, and I know that from the literal opportunity I'm in right now. Like, so, I know about this, but like to be able to like master a craft in a way that is unique to you, of any craft at all, like this is definitely among the most difficult to do it. And especially the way I did it, like for 21 years, like no coaches, no like help in terms of how to do this movement and chase it and pursue it, how to make my vision real. Like I did that. I really did that. And I'm at a point right now where, man, if I could just show myself to my younger self, it would just be so special. Like that moment, I would love to just share that moment with my younger self and say, look at us, dude, look at what we did. But like that to be able to do that takes a deep amount of knowledge and time and effort and dedication to growing. And that's stuff that I can help people with. That's stuff that I can give to people and help people with. And, like I'm just doing it. Whether people come through and provide me the support that I need to do it, I'm gonna still do it because it's something that I know I can do that's actually valuable and helpful to people, and I'm gonna do as much of it as I can. And if you're in the position to be able to respect my value and support in any way, in any of the platforms, that I offer support through. If you want to PayPal me, Venmo me, Cash App me, like whatever, what I mean, just one time, just cause, like, cool, thank you, I appreciate that. But if you really want to like engage with my artwork and like my offerings and like how I put it together and like just see a piece of my heart, you can head over to my Patreon and you can watch my film, The Dark Knight Returns, and see like what I'm doing and get that inspiration and that motivation, to overcome your own like challenges and obstacles. Like, this film is me coming back from like is a long time coming back from a gruesome injury, and then having surgery for that, and then coming back from the injury, and then like, fighting through the results of the repercussions of the injury, and then, getting surgery for that, and then having to come back right again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like going through, something twice in a short period of time and having to come back twice. So this is a beautiful thing, this one, and I really got into, like, just to speak a little bit about the movement itself and like what it meant to me. Like, I really got to get into my bag of my vault game so much in this. I'm gonna speak some more on this, but I'm just gonna drop a little bit on you guys right quick. But yeah, like, to get into my vault bag like this, like, it's like climbing, but like like horizontal, like, instead of vertical, it's just horizontal climbing. Like, just knowing the handwork and the footwork, and like being able to manipulate the forces and hit the rotations and be able to stop the rotations but continue the motion and the momentum, the power in general. Man, this was an incredible 9 months of work at that. That was on the table from the start to literally the last clip of the project. I was really trying to up my vault finesse in the way that I do it, and really get into my bag of Black Panther movement and like Beast movement, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I've been getting a lot of Wolverine lately from people. If a couple Daredevils, a couple Dick Graysons. I'm waiting for people to see like the Toji influence. I'm waiting for people to see the Yuji influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't see some of those takeoffs that I do, where I'm just like standing, like set, ready to go, and I just take off and get that sprint in my motion. Like, I'm trying to take off like Yuta, like when he was, pulling up on Ghetto and JJK Zero. Like, I'm taking off like that, real deal speed, you know what I mean? I'm flash stepping like Toji. If you know Will from Wistoria, Will Serfort from Wistoria, that first sequence where you see him take off around that corner, see, the inspiration is there, and it's in those moments, and it's in those movements that you're gonna see in the project, so yeah, I just wanted to rap a little bit, freestyle a little bit, and just talk about this beautiful project that I made, and that is on Patreon right now for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, if y'all want to go and support it, want to go be cool, it would be much appreciated from your guy, Wavy Z. All right, love y'all. Westside out of here.